That looks right. So, all that's left to do is catch some fish. So, we are fishing on Green Bay out of Red River. That's just a little bit north of Dykesville, Wisconsin. So far we got one whitefish on the ice. I had another one right up to the ice, and it's light enough now where we can start getting a little bit of footage. We had maybe 3 or 4 other fish kind of cruising through that didn't decide to bite.
16 feet of water.
16 feet of water. Fishing for whitefish. Standard 16th, oh, that's an 1/8 ounce jig head with 2 wax worms. Rod and reel are trivial, I think. I'm using Power Pro line down to a fluorocarbon leader. There's one. I thought I had a bite actually. So this one might be hungry. I could have swore I had a bite just a little bit ago. I wasn't really ready for it though.
He's still there.
Mm-hmm. He didn't bite that, huh? He's right on you. He's still there. I don't know if he's there anymore though. Nope. I think he did bite me. He's gonna bite. He's got to. Come on, fish. He's right on. He's still.
He's there.
Yep. Got him. Yep. We're on. Come on, fishy. Don't see him yet. There he is. Smaller one. He'll hold flour, as they say.
Yeah.
Here, you still got one right on you. All right. Maybe do this properly. Boom. That's what we're after today. Lake Michigan whitefish. Give them the old gill slit and check them out. Perfect. There's still some down there or not?
No.
Nope, you did have one right on you. My rod is down here. Beautiful.
Oh, there he is. Come on.
Did he come flying in or what?
Yes. Oh, there it would.
Hammer him. Yep, you got him. On. We are on. When you get him up here, just kind of horse him through the hole. There he is. I see him. There. Finally, huh? Beaut. And that's a nice size one too. You got one. That one was aggressive though. You got the dumbest one in the lake.
Oh, so. Come on now. Now you're just being mean.
Welcome to my kitchen. It's Megan's kitchen. Anyway, we didn't have as good a luck fishing today, so I thought, what's a way that I can salvage this? And pretty much, I'm going to do a lake whitefish catch and cook. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll find something. There's a lot of different ways to make whitefish. Out on the ice, you'll notice that as I caught the fish, I cut their gills. That was to get them bled out. So I always do that. The less blood that's in the fish, the better, because then it'll make the fish a lot more clean tasting. So a couple things you'll need for cleaning fish. You have to have the Rapala fillet knife, and then also the deer shirt. Well, it's kind of more personal preference, but it's recommended. All right, so first thing you do, just like any other fish, cut right behind the gill. I always kind of make a cut just along the belly as kind of like a guide. This part isn't necessary, but I find it helps me with everything else. Helps me get everything else out a lot more nicely. There's a lot of different cleaning videos online, so if you don't like this one, go and check one of those out. But the main thing is going to be the cooking, however we do that. But anyway, as you can see, I like to get right tight to those bones. That is right tight to the skeleton. Some guys will actually flip this over and cut this out right now. I might as well do that too. That's really not all that bad a method. Because then you don't have to dirty up like a fork or something, cutting all that other stuff out of there. Pretty standard, beautiful fillet. I'll work on getting those rib bones out in a little bit. Same thing on the other side. I cut right behind the gill. I do make the same cut on this side, just over the top of that fin. That way I don't have to worry about that. Same thing, right down the backbone. This is not the sharpest knife in the world, but that's fine. Alright, so I cut that one off, so I can't do that same thing on this side. I will show you one kind of cool tip. If you're into this sort of thing, if you're into cleaning fish and cutting that part off right away, I like to trim that fin off first. And then take out the rib bones. I just kind of lightly put my fork in there, and that'll help kind of stabilize the fillet. Beauty. That's the way I clean a lake whitefish. You can pop that skin right off there like that. Alright. You know what I could do with this is, I saw an episode on PBS or something like that where they were making whitefish ceviche. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make whitefish ceviche with it. I've really been given some grief in the past for posting pictures of raw fish that I've eaten online. I've eaten raw fish so many times, and it's really not recommended. And I'm not an expert on this. I've eaten it a lot, and I've always been told, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. There's a couple of things I kind of want to touch on just as I'm reading. I wanted to research this to make sure, like, am I going to die from doing this? So let's see. The citrus bath the seafood sits in does turn the meat opaque, giving the appearance of being cooked, and it does kill some of the many wee beasties present in raw foods. Certain species of fish tend to be more or less prone to parasites. Let's see. The vast majority of illnesses you might get from eating tainted or parasite-laden raw fish will be moderate to light. It'll feel like food poisoning with cramps, nausea, and a serious case of the not fun, but not life-threatening either. What, I can't say I just said Okay, so under no circumstances should you eat freshwater fish raw or in ceviche that has not been properly frozen first. Well, I've done it. You shouldn't. It says, now that I've freaked you all out, here's some good news. Actual illness from parasites and such is pretty rare. You can improve your chances of avoiding parasites in your fish by killing the fish quickly when it comes overboard, bleeding it, and gutting it ASAP. So, I've never actually gotten sick from eating anything that I've made myself, and I've made raw fish several times. Never had any problem with it. I did have raw fish about a year ago at a sushi restaurant, and I did actually have that, I don't know if it was a parasite or what it was. It stayed with me for about a day, and it was mediocre. It wasn't like terrible. It was not quite as bad as food poisoning. I actually thought it was like a mild case of food poisoning, but it turns out after reading this that it was definitely not. This is from honestfood.net. So if you want to check that out for yourself, go ahead and do that. I'm really not that afraid of it. It says that humans are really not a definitive host for these parasites. So basically once they hit us, they kind of cause some problems in our bodies, but then they die. So I guess what I'm going to say is don't do this yourself. But I'm going to. So I cut up all the pieces of the lake whitefish into really, really, really small, fine pieces. That's hopefully to give it more contact points for that citrus juice. It'll at least make me feel safer. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut up some lemons. I'm going to cut up some limes. I'm going to cut up some onion and a little bit of habanero. It's going to be good. All right, so it said add the juice from 2 lemons. This is just 1 lemon. Remember yesterday when I got my finger chomped by that pike? Oh, citrus juice is just leaking in. And 3 limes. I'll cut up some onion. Tomato. All the ingredients are put together there. Fish is soaking up that lime juice. It's all getting mixed in. I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge and I'm gonna set this in there for about an hour. All right, so it's been an hour. The ceviche is done. We're gonna try it.
I think you should try it first.
You think I should try it first, just in case I die? Then you'll know.
Yeah, well, you can let me know if it tastes bad.
All right.
And what not to gather.
It looks good and it smells really good. I am only upset that I don't have cilantro. I'll give it a try. It's really, really, really good. Oh my gosh. It's a shame that you should never try this at home because it is so good. Oh, I love it. Ceviche is a Peruvian dish, so to make it extra Peruvian, I had to find the best Peruvian style corn chips that I could find. If I do get the runs, it's gonna be totally worth it. What's it called, Megan? What's it called if you got in your pantyhose? You got a couple of lines, they're almost cuts, but not quite cuts. What are those called?
Runs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was getting kind of a bit sad because all that lime juice and lemon juice was getting into my cuts from yesterday. Oh, this really cheered me right up. This is so good. All right, she's gonna try it. She's going for it. She's not afraid, but you should be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It's delicious. Let me just stick my bare finger in this fish's mouth. Oh crap, it bit me. Oh, so every time you say the word runs, you're literally gonna bleep it out?